I do love that. Now, I'm curious, could you dive a little bit more into and tell people more about the going outs? Because I don't know if people understand like the importance, why a going out? Like, what is this teaching the children, And I certainly love this program, so I want to hear more.
Well, yeah, it's something that's like really essential in our program. You hear about it in lower L. It's not as maybe functional in lower L. It's more like conceptual, where a child will come home like every day for a week and say, I'm planning a trip to this destination. It seems like it's just all about the trip to that destination. The real, I would say, essence or the real point, like why do we have it going out, is to give a child more opportunity, more education, more learning than what we can do just in this square or rectangular shaped room that we are, the four walls of our classroom. Mm-hmm. So it kind of shows the child like, learning can happen almost anywhere you are. Mm-hmm. You can take a trip to the local grocery store, ask somebody who works there what the best type of X, Y, and Z is for something that you plan to bake to share with your friends at snack. And that is actually learning, right? You can take a trip to the local farm and learn how a sheep's wool gets made into, over time and over multiple steps and multiple people's hands, the sweater that you're wearing. And we could show them pictures in a textbook. We could show them pictures in an encyclopedia, all we want. But to give a child really that license, that freedom to say, okay, we're going to teach you today over the course of the next couple of weeks how to plan step by step, how to call a chaperone, how to arrange for a pickup time and a drop-off time, how to pack your lunch accordingly so you have food on the way, how to go to the bathroom before you leave, making sure you're checking all the boxes, like do you have your car booster seat? Yeah. Did you use your parent permission? Did you have student ID with a phone number on it for the school in case something goes wrong, you need to call us. We're going to give them all those little steps in the classroom, and eventually your child's going to become really proficient, especially in the upper L. Like they're very proficient at it now, where they can say, Mr. Brown, I'm working on a gem and minerals report because I'm literally going to go study one of the biggest diamonds in the world, the Hope Diamond, down the road at the Natural History Museum, and bring it back, all that information, all those facts, and kind of impress all my friends socially that I just researched this really, really cool piece of American or, world history and world, geography, right? So to me, that's kind of like the whole point of the going out in the lower L is so that they become really good at it. One of the upper L. Do you have any more?
I mean, it's like
examples, or
I guess in the lower elementary, it's like introducing them to those executive functioning skills, like how to plan. But then we let them loose in a sense with the upper elementary, depending on their development where they are. But I do think that, and as you were talking, I thought of something else, Kelly. It's like with the Montessori lessons that we have, like with the math lessons, they're very concrete and they're hands-on, and you can bring it to them and it can be hands-on. But some of these lessons that they're learning on their going out, we can't bring it to them in the classroom, is what you were saying, right? It's within these four walls. So I can't give them hands-on experience in the classroom, how to shear a sheep, like you were saying, or I can't bring the Hope Diamond to the classroom, but they can go out and do that, right? And what I also love about it is it gives them an opportunity to be the person in charge. I feel like as a child, the adults around them are very so often dictating what they're doing, where they're at. Of course, at school, there's a little bit more flexibility, but they're still inside the classroom. They're still at school from 8 to 4. But this is a chance for them to dictate what they want to learn and what they want to do, and really gain more information and be curious about their interests and go out and find it out, right? It's not just looking on the computer. It's not just looking in a book, but really experiencing it. And I feel like when you experience it, it really stays with you.
In our school really is based on like implicit like motivation, or it's called like internal motivation, or like we don't really have like reward systems. We don't have a sticker chart for behavior. We don't have grades, like a letter grade that you did really good on your test. So where are the moments of pure joy and ecstasy that we might remember from getting 100% on a math quiz growing up? That might actually come in the form now of a going out. It's like, yes, I checked all the necessary boxes. I got all the necessary signatures. I talked to this person and called this person on the phone. I got the timing right. I got my lunch packed. I got my backpack, first aid kit. I got my ID. I did it. It's a sense of accomplishment. It can bring a lot of joy. And I think that's why going outs are so important, so exciting. They always talk about it. Like, Mr. Brown, I'm going out this, and it's kind of fun for me to like try to keep track of it. Like I'm thinking like pragmatically, like, okay, good. I'm glad you told me, because I have to know what day you're planning to do that. But also it's just fun for me to be like, kind of like co-pilot or like a witness of that joy that they're having. It's like, yeah, you are, like, that's really actually pretty cool. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I was going to the Baltimore Aquarium today, because that sounds like super fun, you know?
I feel like they think they're tricking us by going on a going out.
Like they're getting out
too.
of school.
Like they're getting
Yeah.
out of school.
No.
Like, I don't, I don't have to go to Mr. Brown's fraction lesson,
Yeah.
right? And they come back and they're like, I'm going to go on a going out every day. And I'm like,
Yeah.
sure, just do the work.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the plan, go through, call your chaperones, go through that checklist, because that is work, that executive functioning, planning, and following through on your plan, right? How many times have you started a plan and not finished it, right?
Yeah.
Even as an adult, right? So they're practicing these skills early on.
And what important skills. As a parent, I'm like, yes. And also as a parent, I'm like, why didn't I have this when I was growing up? That's all I have to say. But very good program. So thank you so much for sharing.